Kirkpatrick. Thanks for dropping in. Today is June 6th, 2023, but we don't need to forget June 6th, 1944. It was the greatest invasion of all time. D-Day. Yep, D-Day. When Allied troops stormed Normandy, France to defeat Hitler and push Hitler out of Europe, and ended up freeing Europe from Hitler's tyranny. I think it was the first day. It was 4,000 plus Allied troops killed. 2,500 of them, I believe, were Americans, and over the next 3 or 4 days, another almost 200,000 Allied troops would lose their life. But anyway, don't forget that. I don't think there's maybe 1 or 2 people that are still alive that were on that beach that day. Anyhow, yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Back at home, back in the shack, man cave, what do you want to call it. Tonight's story, won't tell you about a trip I had, back in the 80s, early 80s. Everybody knows I did a lot of hunting and fishing back in those days. Still do a lot of fishing. Don't do as much hunting anymore, but back in those days, if things were different. It's back before cell phones, computers, and all that. And if you wanted to kind of book a hunt, a once in a lifetime kind of hunt, you looked at a magazine like Outdoor Life or Field and Stream, or there were a few different magazines. You look back in the want ads of them, and of course they'd have write-ups about different hunts that editors were taking, what have you. And I was big into turkey hunting, big in the National Wild Turkey Federation, and I wanted to kill me one of them Mexican Rio Grande turkeys. And I found a thing in there of guide service in Mexico, and guaranteed kill 4 birds a day, and all the doves you want to shoot. Well, I was mainly going down there to get that Rio Grande turkey because I wanted to get all 7 species, So it's, I had them phone numbers in there. And that's the first time I ever called international. You have to put in the country code and then the number. That's Spud. All y'all old timers, y'all know him. He's snoring over on the bed. So I looked in the magazine and called that phone number. And somebody answered the phone, Ola. And I said, I'm calling about the hunting trip down there. Un momento. And then somebody came on there that spoke a little bit of English. And I said, yes, I want to talk about booking a hunting trip. Come down there and get one of them turkeys. Yes. You need to go to Western Union. Send $2,500 to Pablo, whatever his name was. I can't remember his name. And I said, well, when we talking about? Let me see. He gave me a date that was about 4 months out. And I said, well, all right, let me think about this. He said, well, you think quick, because we book up quick. Nice place. I said, all right, well, I'll call you back. So I thought about it a couple of days, and I called the magazine. I think it was Field and Stream. Anyway, I called the magazine company up, asked them if they had been, oh yeah, this has been advertising for for over a year. We've had no complaints. I said, okay. Can you give me any references? They said, well, no, we don't. That's not, But we've had no, he's been advertised. We have no complaints. All right. So I called International again. And mine now, $2,500 back in them days was about like 10 grand a day, okay? But I've been saving money. I had a little bit, so I wanted to do this deal. So I called back down there, same thing. Hold on. No comprende. Hold on. Then I get somebody back on the phone. Yeah. Names. Yeah. Send money, Western Union. That's the only way you could send money back in them days. You couldn't give them a credit card. They couldn't take credit cards. Couldn't, get on the computer, and well, it's just the way it was, all right? So y'all got the drift. So go to the bank, get $2,700 out. Go to the local Western Union store, which I think was in one of these grocery stores around here is no longer in business. Now, I think it cost about $60 to send $2,500 to this fella in Mexico. And so we'll go home smiling and everything. They're going to call me when the money clears. Well, you get to about day 5, and I'm getting a little bit wondering if I ain't gotten taken to the cleaners. But the phone rang. And this time the guy spoke real good English. And you could tell he was, the verbiage he used was not just college educated type verbiage, if y'all follow what I mean. We've got your money. What you need to do is get to McAllen, Texas, and we will pick you up, get you across the border. You'll need to bring your birth certificate. You don't have to have a passport. I don't know what you got to have nowadays. That's all you had to have back then. Don't bring no guns. We'll supply your guns. Don't bring no shells. We'll supply that. And you be there on this date. And we recommend you stay at this motel. Okay. So I did all them arrangements. And I don't know if you know where McAllen, Texas is, but it's way down there at the tip of Texas. So anyway, I had a friend, Howard Haskell. He lived in Houston, Texas. So I called Howard up and asked him if I could drive there and spend the night and leave my car there for a week, 10 days. And I was going to rent a car and go to McAllen. I didn't want to leave my car in a border town. So, yeah, that's cool. Come on down. So I did that. That was another $80, $90 to rent a car. Anyway, got up next morning, went down to McAllen, Texas, checked into that motel room. I had to call International from the motel, and that was a pain in the rectum. But they were used to it, border town, but you had to go down there and you had to pay. And phone calls to Texas back in those days was $25 for just a few minutes. Anyway, I had to pay ahead. That guy, I got hooked up, called the guy, I said, I'm here. It's okay. My man's in town across the border. He'll come pick you up. Are you ready? I said, yeah, I'm ready. All right, so I had just one luggage bag, t-shirts, couple shirts, jeans, hunting clothes. I was wearing my boots. I was going to hunt in. Packed real light, toothbrush. So, a few hours later, I hear beep, beep. There's a little red Volkswagen out front of a motel room. Yeah, Mr. Kirkpatrick. Yeah. Come with me. Okay. So I get in that little Volkswagen. And it's, you know, it's hot in McAllen, Texas almost all the time. And ain't no air conditioning in this here Volkswagen. There's a lot of people in Mexico back then. I don't know about today, but everybody drove Volkswagens, little VW Beetles. Anyway, I get in that thing and we go across the border. He handles all that, and then we get on this road going to Monterrey, Mexico. I don't know, it's about maybe a 60 to 100 mile. Highway's all right. Get to Monterrey, Mexico, and he stops and fuels up. Excuse me. And gasoline down in Mexico, I think back then it was about $1.50 here. Gasoline in Mexico back then was like quarter a gallon. Yeah. Cheap. Anyway, he fills up and motions to me to get a little ice chest back there, and opens it up, and it's got a couple of beers in it and some water and some sandwiches. You know, this for you, sir. Okay. You bathroom, long road. Okay. So I go in the station there and take me a wee, you know, and get back out there. And I'm getting kind of hungry, so he done packed this lunch for me, so I'll eat this lunch. Let me get a swallow of this. I got a frog in my throat. So we take back out, and I'm eating on this here sandwich they made me. Some kind of ham, like prosciutto ham, and drinking one of them bottled waters. We get out of Monterrey, Mexico, and the road turns to gravel. And we keep on driving, and it turns to dirt. And that little Volkswagen is bouncing up and down, and he's just shifting them old gears, you know, going up and down these hills. Dust flying there. You meet a car on the road, and they go by, and the whole cab fills up with dust. Ain't no air conditioning. You gotta have the window down. I mean, I got dust flying everywhere. We driving west into Mexico from Monterrey. So, man, I cracked one of them beers open, tried to drink it, and I think I spilled about half on me. That was a thing. And all of a sudden, I don't know, about 2 hours after Monterrey, Mexico, so it'll be a 4-hour drive. About 2 hours out of Monterrey, Mexico, you know, the road turns to dirt. And my stomach started hurting. And I tap on that driver's shoulder. I said, you find a station or somewhere, and you go to the bathroom, stop. Yeah, no comprende. No comprende. So we driving, you know, and I said, well, I'll spot something, and I'll tap him on the shoulder and say, you know, Alto. I think Alto, stop. I don't know. I had learned a little Spanish. Or anyway, well, we driving 2.5 hours, 3 hours. They ain't nothing. You see, you know, a cattle ranch somewhere up the hill or somewhere up the hill. Finally, it got hit me so bad. I said, I tapped him on the shoulder. I said, man, I got to take crap. You got to pull this thing up. No comprende. No comprende. Yeah, I said, well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I said, stop, Alto. They stopped. I pulled my britches down and said, I got it. Yeah, go, sir. So I went out there and I just blowed up a mesquite bush. I mean, I had to go. It just, I think it was a sandwich. Cause it told me I always drink bottled water, you know, or beer or something, you know. Don't drink tap water. But anyway, that sandwich, man, it tore me up. So like I said, I run a mesquite bush. That's all we stopped at, mesquite bushes. I don't mind I done that. Come back to his truck, and he had not truck, the Volkswagen. He gave me a roll of towels to go clean myself up with, you know. And I had done drank the last bottle of water, so I had to use the beer, the last beer to wash my hands up with. So you can imagine what I smelled like, and probably looked like. I was awful flush. So we get back in that little VW Beetle, and Travis said, he said something about, we're getting close. We get close. All right. Anyway, the scenery started to change, so we started hitting these nice rolling hills. Rock kind of reminds me of the Arbuckle Mountains, right there around Sulphur and Davis, Oklahoma. We're hitting that kind of area. There's a cactus plant and a tumbleweed and some grass here. And anyway, we finally turned down another little old dirt road. There's a gate and a guard with a gun. And he looks in there and checks us out. Yeah, Mr. Pablo, yeah. Yep, so they let us in. And then we drive another 50 or 60 miles, another hour. They have private roads down there. I guess, I don't know if cartels control them nowadays or what it was back in those days, but you got these private roads. So we drive another hour, 50 or 60 miles, and come to another gate. Yep, you know. Then we go through that gate, and then finally we turn on another little road, and all of a sudden it turns into asphalt. Winding up this mountain. I look up there, and there's this huge mansion. Big old thing. Wow. And so we pull up there, and I mean, it's like a hacienda is what they call it. Now, I don't know what that word means, but huge ranch. There's cattle over here, cattle over there. 6, 7, 8,000 square foot house. Big veranda. He pulls a little VW under, beeps the horn. A little guy comes out there, takes my bag, says, follow me. And the little beep beep, little VW driver, beep beep. Senor. Yeah. Beep beep. Tip. Oh, I'm supposed to tip him, so I'll give him a 20. Man, you should have seen him. $20 like giving him a $100 tip. No day. Thank you, senor. Thank you. He drove on off, and the other little feller, and he was dressed to the hilt too. I mean, just like a butler would be. Follow me, sir. So we walked through this door, double doors, then through a foyer, and then another double door, and there's a fountain. Huge fountain in the middle of this house. Shooting water up 60 foot in the air. Big, huge second floor staircase. I don't know if y'all have ever seen anyway, can't remember that movie, but it reminded me of that house. Yeah, Scarface. You ever remember seeing Scarfaces? Anyway, beautiful place. Follow me. Go up steps. This is your accommodations for the week. Open it up. He goes in there and beautiful. Absolutely. This is money on top of money on top of money. I mean, it's got its own refrigerator in it. Beautiful king bed. It's awful. Open the curtains and look out in the back. There's a huge horseshoe-shaped pool. I'm looking down from the second story. Mr. Pablo wants you to join him for dinner. You should dress up. I said, well, hold on a minute here, feller. I come out here to hunt turkeys. I didn't come out here to get dressed up and eat no fancy dinner. All I got's hunting clothes and t-shirts and jeans. I bring you close. Okay. You may need, you get bath. Cause I was, yeah, I get a bath. So I got a shower and a shave, you know. They knocked on the door. They had this nice little camel hair dinner jacket and white shirt and black pants, and even had me some shoes, real alligator loafers. So I got all dressed and everything, and they come knocked on the door. Mr. Pablo, you join him for supper. Yes. So I followed him downstairs and then through this thing and through that thing and opened up this huge dining room. Leather is a big thing in Mexico. Yep. Leather chairs, leather this, leather sofas, leather, everything's leather. And I meet Mr. Pablo. He got a cigar in his mouth, about that big around, big old stogie. He got gold rings with diamonds on both hands. He's got a chain with a Krugerrand. Krugerrand was an Australian corn, gold corn back in the day. That was cool. If you had a Krugerrand, you had an ounce of gold, you know, hanging off of you. Nice to meet you, Mr. Kirkpatrick. We have a good hunt for you tomorrow. Excellent. Turkeys gobble, gobble all day. Please join me and my lovely wife for dinner. Thank you, sir. So we sat down and I met his lovely wife. She was a 10 out of 10. And we had lamb chops. I forgot. I think the first thing they brought out was turtle soup. And then a salad. I didn't know you ate soup before you eat the salad, but you eat the soup. Then you eat the salad. Then they bring out the entree. I think it was asparagus and lamb ribs and with mint jelly, and I don't know. It was good. It was good. Yep. And they had this bottle of water all the way from France. You know, Perrier, and then they had some other bubbly water from France too. Anyway, and we ate, and I enjoyed it. I got stuff, and I was feeling good then. He says, join me on the veranda for cigar. You smoke, I smell it from you. Yeah. So he goes out there and he gives me a $100, this is back then, he gives me a $100 Cuban cigar. Enjoy, my friend. We sit out there. He tells the guy to bring us some bourbon. So we sit there on the veranda overlooking the horseshoe-shaped pool and all the beautiful scenery out there and the cows. And the cowboys was riding out there. Drink the bourbon, smoke the cigar. He said, we get you at, you go to your room, you need to call home, use the phone, don't worry. So I'm good. We get you at 4:30 in the morning. I think it's 10 o'clock. And so I go get out of them fancy clothes and put on a t-shirt, climb up butt in bed and set my alarm clock. You didn't have a phone you could set, you had set an alarm clock in the room. And I also brought one. You know, one of those go tick, tick, tick all night long. You wind up. Anyhow, all the bells and whistles went off. They actually come up there and knocked on the room. I got all dressed in my camouflage. Everything went down there, and there was another fellow there as well. I didn't. He was from. I think he said it was from Nebraska. I can't remember. But this was his last day. And he done killed 2 turkeys. And he was going this time just to photograph. I said, man, I hope this Cornhusker ain't going with me, because I don't want nobody messing with me. I want to get this bird all by myself. Anyway, we sit out there in the veranda in the morning, you know, and here comes this Jeep contraption. It was one of them 2 1/4 trucks. Somebody done stripped down and kind of put like Jed Clampett. It had kind of a row of seats in the back of it. Anyway, we get up in that thing, and then the guide, you know, gives us our guns, our shells, and everything. And anyway, he took me out to this area, and turkey's daylight was just gobbling like crazy. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't, I'm getting that swallow here. It wasn't nothing to get a bird. They was just running over each other. I hit my little old Lynch's box call. Any old turkey, y'all know what a Lynch box call is. Hit the old Lynch box call a couple times, gobble, gobble, gobble. Man, they'd come running at you. You just had to pick one out, which one you wanted to shoot. I got my turkey. Everything. Just a second. And had to sit there, you know, a couple of hours, and they came back and picked me up. Went by and picked up the Cornhusker feller. He said, man, I got some pictures on this thing you just won't believe, you know. It's back in the 35mm days, so, you know, you couldn't watch them or share them. I said, oh, man, that'd be nice to see them things. He said, well, give me your address. They wasn't talking about email back then. I gave him my address. So I'll mail you some. And he mailed me some, you know. And about 6 months later, I got some in the mail from this dude. Yeah. I wrote him a thank you note. That's what you did back in those days. I still got them pictures right here, one of my photo albums of my hunts. Anyway, that was great and everything. Got back, and then that evening they had they had a band. I'm gonna call it a mariachi band, but they had a Mexican band kind of playing and entertaining. And the big wheel there, Mr. Pueblo and his wife, they weren't nowhere to be seen. They would meet you the day you got there. And then he basically turn you over to the handlers. So everybody, you know, got drunk at night and everything. Swam in the pool. And he had these ladies around there, if you know what I mean. Kind of entertain everybody, and a little live band playing there. So the handler asked me, he said, what do you want? You gonna go turkey hunting tomorrow? I said, no, I just want to get that one turkey. And you want to go dove hunting? I said, well, yeah, let's go dove hunting. Okay. You be down here veranda 7 o'clock. Okay. So well, better getting up 3:30 or 4 o'clock. And when I went down there, and same old truck picked us up, and there was 3 or 4 more guys than it that's there. Found out some of them was locals. Well, I say locals, they were Mexicans, but they were paying. So we go out on this dove hunt. We got in this big old dove field. And let me tell y'all what. I never shot so many doves in all my life. Man, they come over 50 or 60 at a time. Just throw up, boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. had a little feller that stayed at your side. And then they had another little feller who was a bird man. They didn't have bird dogs. So they had two. When you sit there in the little, well, it wasn't exactly a blind, just a little stool, chair you sat in. And the little Mexican there had two guns. You shot, you handed it to him, he'd hand you one loaded. You didn't have to never put a shell in the gun. And then the bird boy, he'd go out there and get the bird and bring it back. Put it in a 5-gallon bucket. So yeah, they wasn't no bird dogs, a bird boy. And you shoot. Just fast as you can pass that gun back and forth. He had you one reloaded. And fast as that little old fella bird guy, he run out there and pick up them bare birds, bring them back, put them in the bucket. Well, man, it's getting about 11 o'clock. My shoulder about freaking fall off. We're shooting 12 gauge high brass. Rio shells. I don't know if y'all know what them things are. Man, I've had enough. I've had enough. Well, I had to sit there about another hour, then they come back, come back with the wagon for lunch. And, 10 or 12 of us out there. We had this wagon come, like a chuck wagon type thing. And we had tacos and brisket. And, they had cold beers and waters. And never seen a Coca-Cola the whole time I was down there. Anyway, I mentioned now I'm done. I mean, I'm good. I don't think I can do this rest of the afternoon. My shoulder about to fall off. I'd rather go back and get in that horseshoe pool there and maybe talk to one of them pretty senoritas. Yes, I fixed you up, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, some of us went back, some of them stayed. Get back there, and I ain't got no bathing suit. I didn't think about that. I mentioned it to the handler there. She said, no, fix you up. Brought me a bathing suit. Nice little tank top. Yep. Fixed me up. That first time I ever wore sandals. I never was a sandals kind of guy. Brought me a pair of sandals to wear. So I go down there and I lay around for a minute, smoke a cigarette too. Decided I'd get in the pool, and then a few minutes later, these senoritas come around. And I better end that part of that story right there. Yeah. Anyhow, that was my Mexican hunting trip. $2,500 was like 10 grand a day. Thank God I didn't come back with no diseases. And I about shot my shoulder off shooting them doves, but I did get my Rio Grande turkey. Yeah, I did. And I don't know if this Pablo fella was that Pablo Escobar guy or not. I have no idea. But, man, he had a place. I ended up finding out he had like 12,000 acres. And them different stops, checkpoints we went through, we was on his property then. Yeah. Anyhow, that's turkey hunting in Mexico. I think that was in 1984, if I remember right. Yeah, it was. All right. Thank y'all for sticking around this long. If you did, I'll try to play a little something here. I'm going to use a pick tonight, so it may be a little loud and it may be a little mushy. But you ain't done one in a while, so here we go. Kirkpatrick, thanks for stopping by. God bless everybody. Adios.